What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Kegan, of course. And in today's video, we're going back on Facebook to join crazy Thanksgiving groups. So you guys have seen this before, me joining groups on Facebook to see what they're like, see what kind of drama starts in those groups and everything. But since this video is coming out the same week Thanksgiving is, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. But I thought it'd be interesting to see what the Thanksgiving groups are like on Facebook. Do they just talk about food? Do they talk about what they're thankful for? Do people start drama in those groups? What happens in these private groups? So today we're gonna find out. As you guys can see on the screen, here is my fake Facebook profile. My Facebook videos before, I actually don't have a real Facebook profile. I just don't use Facebook, so I actually had to make this profile right here. It's called Bobby Joe Gibbs, and the reason I named it that and the profile picture is because what I wanted is when people saw this profile, I want them to think of just a hillbilly, like the most random thing ever. I don't want them to think like I'm a legit normal human. I want them to think of like a crazy hillbilly. I don't know why, it's just something different. But now we have to find the Thanksgiving groups to try to join. So we go over here into the group section, as you guys can see, and we type in Thanksgiving. We simply just type in Thanksgiving, and as you guys can see, multiple recommendations come up. Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving decorations. I didn't even know there was such a thing for a group for Thanksgiving decoration. That just seems so different to me. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Another thing is Thanksgiving pictures, Thanksgiving 2021, Thanksgiving memes. If we find one for that, I think that'd be really funny to join. But we're just gonna type in Thanksgiving and we're gonna click enter, and this is what pops up. And we're gonna go to see all to see how many there actually is. And as you guys can see, there actually is a whole list of Thanksgiving groups, which honestly I'm kind of surprised, but at the same time I'm not, just because I feel like there's a group for everything on Facebook. This group has 1,200 members. This one has 6,300 members. This one right here has 32,000 members. Literally just talking about fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, winter, and Christmas Day. Which, yes, that's a lot of things just put into one group, but since it does say Thanksgiving, we are going to try to get into it. Most of these groups, as you guys can see on the screen, don't have a lot of members at all. Like this one has 83, this one has 18, this one has 27, there's 32, 375. Like they don't have thousands and thousands and thousands like the other videos I did that literally had 50,000, 40,000 members. These don't have that many. But right now I'm going to go down the whole list, apply to as many Thanksgiving groups as possible, and then I'll show you guys how many I applied to right after.
Much later.
Alright, so it has now been a few minutes now, and as you guys can see on the screen, I applied to just about every single group on this list. I went pretty far down and they started to not become about Thanksgiving at all. Like this one's just about Christmas, and I didn't want to apply to a Christmas one when this video is just about Thanksgiving groups. But here's more Thanksgiving ones I applied to. I want to say I applied to around 20 groups in total. So it's going to be really interesting to see how many groups I actually get into. But now we're going to give it a few hours, then come back and see how many groups I got into.
3 days later.
So it has now been about 5 hours. We need to go back on Facebook to see how many groups we got into, because I imagine we got into at least a couple. So we go back on Facebook, and as you guys can see in the top right corner, we got 9 notifications. So I believe we got into at least 9 groups. I don't think any of them rejected me. We're gonna click on it, and as you guys can see, we'll go back 3 hours. And that took a while for them to accept me, actually. So it's been like around 5 hours, I believe. I got into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got into 9 groups, like I said earlier, and I applied to about 20. So 9 out of 20, that's honestly not that good. That's not even half the groups. But now it's time to click on a couple of these groups to see what they're actually about. So I'm just gonna randomly choose. Let's go to the very first one that accepted me. And as you guys can see on the screen, the group is called Fall/Thanksgiving Theme. They only have 51 members. And we scroll down, and here's the very first post that pops up. Best and typical meals to make a Thanksgiving this year. Thanksgiving traditional dishes. And then it's a link to food. And we try to scroll down, and as you guys can see, there's nothing else, which is kind of crazy. There's only literally one post in this whole group. What's the point of this group if nobody posts? But whatever, it's not my group. I just joined it for this video. So let's go look at a couple of the groups. Here is another group that let us join. It is Christmas and Thanksgiving Cactus. Honestly, I don't even know what that means, but we scroll down, and here's the very first post. It's from a moderator, and it looks like they're talking about stuff that happened in their life. I'm not really sure. I don't want to get too deep into someone's life because I don't want to be disrespectful at all. So we're just going to scroll down a little. And here is the next post on the page. It is some kind of flower. I don't know. Maybe if that goes back to the name of the group, Christmas and Thanksgiving Cactus. If this is some kind of weird cactus, I really don't know. And we scroll down just a little further, and here's the next picture. And it says, I just bought this kind of Christmas cactus. I don't know the name. Can you please tell me the name of it? Thank you. And it shows that, which honestly, the flower is kind of pretty, not gonna lie. And we scrolled down, and she was hoping someone would tell her the name of it, but nobody told her the name. They're just talking about other stuff, so it's whatever, I guess. And one more final group before I end this video off is this group that accepted me right here. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade 2021, which looks pretty fun from this very first picture, as you guys can see. We scroll down, Macy's Day Parade balloons, Ronald McDonald version number 4. Looks like Ronald McDonald is in like a fancy suit, so I'm gonna guess this whole group is just about like the balloons, what they're gonna do during the parade and everything. I didn't know people took this parade so serious. We scroll a little further down, and this lady's asking, are there designated places for pedestrians crossing from one side of the parade route to the other? Which honestly, I didn't even know was a thing. I thought if you were on one side, you literally had to stay on one side. I didn't know if you could cross over or not. We scroll down a little further, and this person's really asking where to eat after the parade. We are newbies. What the heck, bro? Just go to any food place nearby. Some place has to be good. But those were some of the Thanksgiving groups that I got into. I am gonna end the video off right here. Everyone, make sure to drop this emoji down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.